came through, it was just like the lioness of God was in me, and I just felt this. I couldn't be silent any longer. It was time to let the world hear my roar, and I felt led to lead an angel gathering. That was a public event. I was told that it was important for me to lead this, and that there were earth angels that needed to see one of their own and understand that, you know, they weren't alone. And I was basically there to encourage them as a human earth angel, to show them that it was safe to come out. It was safe to come back out of the shadow. And I kind of look at it like Star Wars, you know how, and I don't know if you've seen Star Wars, but like where the Jedi have to go into hiding for a while because the darkness is basically wanting to destroy them. Mm-hmm. And I feel that that's similar to what's happened with a lot of the earth angels. Like, there's been so much darkness and control and power struggles on this planet for thousands of years. And we're at this place where there's many souls that have come to the planet at this time to lead this shift. And we have to, like, clear our stuff. We have to clear all the past fear. Many of us have been killed before for, you know, standing in our power and for doing what our souls felt led to do. And in this life, I feel that we're really being encouraged to clear that fear so that we can lead with power and courage. And that's pretty much what I'm doing now as a healer. The angels blessed me with this gift. I started remembering past lives. I was shown past lives as a Mayan and as a shaman. That kind of made sense of how I understood all the shamanic healing. But like I said, I didn't take any workshops in this life. It's like I just remembered. I started remembering everything. And then past life, I saw a vivid past life as an angel. And, you know, there I was with family and we're sending healing energy to the planets. And so when I now assist a client in New Jersey and they're like, how can you know all this about me? You're in Washington and I'm in New Jersey. And I just laugh and go, oh, it's no problem. Like, I used to send this to planets, so this is no problem. And they just laugh like, okay. So anyway, that's kind of what led to the healing work that I do. And I feel like I'm just a secretary for spirit. I basically tune in with my compassion. My earth experience helps the humans relate to me as well, and I can relate to them. But I feel I'm so aligned with my angelic family now, and I really just am a channel for them. And I'm a secretary for spirit. I just really listen, and their energy tells me everything. So that's kind of to this point.
That is amazing. First of all, because I'm in Scotts Bluff, which was only an hour and a half away from Cheyenne.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
So, but can you explain a little more of what the shamanistic journey is?
Okay. Well, basically, with shamanism, we're tuning into more the earthly realm and the spirit of Earth Mother. And many shamanic practices are, you know, to help us connect to the earth itself and to the animal spirits and the plant spirits. So there's just a deep reverence for the earth, I would say, is a big part of shamanism. Many Aboriginal tribes and Native American tribes, those cultures were really connected to the shamanic ways, and, you know, drum circles and different ceremonial practices that were done with intention. You know, some were done with an intention for connecting to the spirit world and to connecting to ancestors. And then some of the intentions were for healing or for you know, maybe finding out where they were going to find their food. You know, there's all these different reasons for these rituals. But basically, our modern day world is different. We're not necessarily living in the ways we were in Native American times or in the times where we were gathered in tribes. But I feel that that's something that's actually reawakening in us because it's something that's lacking in our modern world. We're very disconnected. Many of us don't feel as if we have someone there that's assisting us spiritually. And so I feel like the return of the shaman is a really powerful omen right now. Like there's a very powerful significance to it. And to the feminine energy, especially, I feel the feminine energy is rising, and a lot of this shifting and ascension that we're going through is to bring that balance back in the universe. Like there's just planet Earth has been out of balance, and that's why you see all these spiritual warriors that are here awakening, because it's time. It's kind of like the movie Avatar, where Jake's, he's led on a journey and he has to choose if he's going to lead or not. And he definitely has his challenges to that final choice. But he basically, when he figures it out and he realizes he's connected to this family that maybe he didn't even understand existed before, but they're more real than his old life. And I feel that that's kind of what's happening for many of us. We're given the opportunity to be attached to this 3D life and what we think, our Earth family that we've been given. Or we're being given opportunities to see that there is a soul family and that there is other opportunities for our evolution that are being presented. And I feel the return of the shaman energy is very significant in the healing and balancing of the planet, because it's really time that we have reverence and great respect for the earth and for the feminine. And if we don't, Source has basically shown me that all of our work is important and to keep focused and keep doing it. But on the big scale, I've been shown that it's really pretty important that we figure this out for our own species to survive, for our own planet to survive. I mean, Earth Mother's pretty intelligent. She'll find a way to balance herself out. But it would serve the humans to pay attention to if they are living on this planet gently and with reverence and balance, or if they're here just stripping the resources, sort of like the dinosaurs did, and they had their time, and then their time ended. So I feel it's kind of, without being attached to these physical bodies, my highest mission is to really help educate and inspire each individual to really, first of all, find their own alignment and heal and clear the stuff that causes them to be stuck in ego and that really keeps creating these power struggles, and to clear all that fear, and then to assist in bringing in a new wave. It's not really to fight the old, but we're here to keep our focus on the horizon of what we're creating. And it's this new earth, a new earth where, we're all walking with balance and reverence for each other, and we're really here connected to the whole, and we're not here just, because we want to have those big bank accounts at the cost of the planet,
Right.
It's a time has come to shift, and I feel like the female warrior energy, and this is in men and women, it's not a woman thing, it's the feminine energy rising it's just bringing us back to our intuition, it's bringing us back to a place of being receptive and a place of trust and, more of the magical parts of ourselves, instead of being so just in our brain and in our logical places. We're kind of balancing the two energies, and that's really important for our wholeness and for our evolution.
I agree. Absolutely agree with that. Have you been, I have a few, First Nations friends, and I've really been feeling called to assist them in remembering who they are.
Yes.
Because I think that if it makes any sense, they are probably one of the most oppressed nations amongst all the world's nations, simply because they've been like, I don't know, they're all, they're not human, just like you said. I understand that completely. We are not human.
Yeah.
And I believe, that they are, guardians of the earth. They are star beings. They are the ones who would be most in tune with Mother Earth at this point. And so I've really been just saying, you have to remember who you are. You are phenomenal. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose, And,
yes.
And do you ever find yourself, I find myself attracting more of the crystal and rainbow children, indigos. Are you finding yourself just like,
yep,
all these new people?
Absolutely. Yes, actually, it was interesting because when I was called to basically get into this healing work and start assisting and leading in 2013, right at the end of 2013 is when this big shift happened for me. And I was told that by my angels, I was told that many indigo children and star children and rainbow children, I was told they would be coming to me and to just be prepared and know that I would know exactly what to say to them when they arrived. And I'm not kidding you, maybe a couple days after that, it was during a meditation, maybe a couple days later, I had all these young, like teenagers, 20-somethings that were coming towards me, and they wanted me to do a meditation group for them. They wanted to do, play my illumination game with me. They wanted to understand about the healing. And I feel like I attract a lot of those energies. And what I do is just like you're saying, I just help them the best I can to understand that there's nothing wrong with them, and that they are here for a higher purpose, to help them remember their soul mission, to remember what they're here for, and basically to help them to trust that they came in wired the way they are for a reason, and but they're not meant to submit. They're not meant to have others, oppress them. And so a lot of these souls that have come to me, they've really been struggling. Like I would love to do a show actually on the show that I host. I would love to do a show just connecting to the teenagers and the 20-somethings, because this new generation, they have their own things that they're going through and their own ways they see the world. And I feel like we really need to listen to them, but we need to help them, I would say help them kind of ground their energy, because some of them maybe aren't very grounded, and they need to learn how to kind of come into their body and really feel their energy grounded, which I sometimes have to watch that, and that's why I love the nature connection, because that can help us a lot. But I noticed a trend where a lot of these souls they're either very introvert and kind of feel like isolated, like they need to be away from people because they're so empathic. The energy is really intense to be around the other people. And especially if they're lower vibrational beings, it's really intense for them. But then there's also, I've noticed many of them that if they feel like they're being oppressed too much, if they feel like they're being controlled or conditioned, they kind of overshoot, and they tend to go, they're at raves, they're experimenting with drugs, they're trying to escape in a sense. And so I feel like it's really important that we help them, because there's so many of them, and they want this freedom and they want this blissful life. But some of the ways they're going about it are really dangerous and not really helping them to live in their power. So I feel like there's definitely a need to help assist these souls that are very sensitive and help them realize that they're here to be warriors. They really are here to challenge the misaligned structures that are in need of shifting. And that challenge doesn't mean violence. It means to stand up and speak truth, shine the light, and then focus on the solution, focus on the new structure that we're